What is up, everybody? Ace here, and I'm back on the Jsano fan server, and we're going to do another caving episode. As you can see, I'm kind of already down in a cave. I'm planning on doing a lot of caving in the near future to set up for some things. Right now we're starting out here in a zombie dungeon. I have not looked at the chest yet, believe it or not. So we got some bread, iron, couple records, more iron, more redstone. I'm going to F3 the coordinates, and yeah, let's continue. So, we are down in caves. We're actually not too far away from the aircraft carrier base, and as you can hear, there's another water temple nearby, which politely surprised me. So we actually do have another temple that we could attempt to conquer. Maybe with a friend. So, I'll have to see who is able and willing to do such things. What's up over here? So, that's another dungeon. Spider dungeon. Let me make sure we got... Oh. Alright, never mind. Oh, never mind. I will... just keep a door open just so I remember where it is. Okay, more bread, more redstone, more iron. I do kind of need the string, but got easier ways to deal with that. So again, oops. Well, you didn't get anything from that, but here's an F3 coordinate. These are actually kind of close to each other. The other one's, well, it's not that close, I guess. So, I have something big to discuss, because recently I released a short, important update video stating that I may or may not be going on a hiatus depending on a certain event that would happen on Thursday, March the 12th. It is currently Friday the 13th. Oh. It's Friday the 13th. That's very unlucky. But, yeah, I said that if all went well that I would tell you what was going on within the week. I actually had a video or two planned. I think I said I was going to release or talk about it a lot later than the fact that I actually am going to talk about it now. Because I assumed that I was going to have more content coming out that I'm actually probably not going to. So, yeah, I can talk about it. Talk about it more or less in full. And I will kind of explain my reasoning for not wanting to discuss it right away as well. But let's start from the top. We're going to have to dial things pretty far back. And how far back are we talking? We're talking about November, this past November. As you know, I go to school at the Universal Technical Institute in Orlando. And I frequent the Florida Turnpike. You know, every weekday I'm driving an hour back and forth along that road to get to and from class every day. And so I was driving, I think it was home from class one November evening when I got pulled over by a police officer. Now, there's this law called the Move Over Law, and it states that if an emergency vehicle, which would be like a police car, fire truck, ambulance, I believe a tow truck might even count on that list, and you are in the lane closest to said emergency vehicle, who is on the side of the road, you are required to move one lane over, away from the vehicles. If you are unable to do that, you are required to reduce your speed by at least 20 miles per hour. Now, I could not move over. I was in the far right lane. There's a police car who had pulled someone else over on the right shoulder, on the right side of the road, and I had a car next to me, so I could not move into the next lane over without causing an incident. And I was actually, at the time... Oh. It must be right underneath the thing. That kind of scared me. This is kind of terrible. Better not be any diamonds in this area. But, anyways. So yeah, I basically could not move over and did not slow down, is the consensus on that. And so, as a result, I got a ticket for violating that move over law. And the officer was actually, he was really by the book. He basically pulled over, he said, "License and registration, please." I gave him the thing. He basically said, "The reason why I pulled you over, blah, 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 blah," basically reading off of a script. So I kind of couldn't get a word in edgewise besides the nod and yeah aspects of a conversation. And I understand, which, technically I just kind of said by, I guess, interrupting, technically, though I didn't really interrupt because he was still talking. It was like, squeeze a little yes or some sort of acknowledgement of what he was saying in between words. But, yeah, I got pulled over for the move over law. And, I really want to get this gold. But I cannot. Hi. So, as the story continues, I drove home and told nobody about said citation, because I figured it's my problem, my mistake. I'm going to deal with it myself. I don't want my parents to have to pay for my mistakes, which was a pretty dumb mistake on my part, because there is no way I was going to be able to afford that stuff. Yeah. Look at that. There's not even a crack on it yet. And this is efficiency 4. Just like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. What can I do for 2 minutes? Kill bats, that's what I can do. And continue on with the story. So, yeah, I couldn't afford to pay it off, so I just kind of let it go. Which is something you should not do. I did try to save up money to kind of spare and pay for it, and technically the best time I could have paid it off was Christmas, when I got some Christmas money, but I did not do that. I don't know why. I think for some reason I ended up putting it towards other things or something. It ended up getting soaked up in other problems, so even if I wanted to, I actually couldn't use that stuff. I don't remember. But, yeah, fast forward to about 2 weeks ago, I got pulled over again for speeding this time. And the officer told me that, along with my speeding ticket, he let me know that my license was suspended. I was driving on a suspended license. And unfortunately, I was given a court date for that. It's ended up being a misdemeanor. I knew that my suspension was coming. I just didn't know, like, when exactly. I'd never gotten official notice about it until a couple days after I got the speeding ticket. So, just gonna run around in circles now. 48 seconds. So, yeah, I had my driver's license taken, and I was issued a court date for Thursday the 12th, which I took a day off of school for. And basically with a misdemeanor, it could kind of go two different ways. You go to court, and if all goes good, you could get away with like a fine. Maybe your driver's license will be suspended for a certain amount of days, or you could go to jail. And that was the part that I was the most worried about, and that's why I said I may or may not be going on a hiatus, because I wasn't sure how nice the judge might be. Luckily, I had a few things on my side at that moment. Are you serious? And it did it again. That means this gold, that gold. Alright, I'm just gonna keep caving. I'm just gonna leave the area. Ooh, alright. Wonder if this is far enough away. I still hear him. I'm going to assume it's not. No, because we're right down here. There's some lapis that I can't get. There's a skeleton. Why are there so many freaking bats in here? Get out of here. Come here. Come here, you bat. Come here. Where'd you go? Jeez. So yeah, I went to court today. Or I guess yesterday, because it's like midnight Friday. I got lucky. Extremely unlucky. I could have gone to jail for what I had done. But like I said, a couple things went my way. For one thing, I paid off my citations. I also... this was also the first time I've ever received a misdemeanor and all that, so they usually go pretty easy on you when it's your first time, you know. Don't want to hurt anything, make anybody uncomfortable. Take it slow. Use some lube. Anyways, that'll be an interesting court date. I feel like there's some sort of porn movie about that. You're I'm not going to continue that one, but cruel and unusual punishment. Emphasis on the unusual. I don't know how I'm going to get out of here without, I guess I could go that way, towards the zombies. I'm hoping that this is at least, far enough away. Oh no. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get the stuff from here. Man, it's still 2 minutes. And then we're going to, if I can get that, I'm going to go for that, and then anything down that way, and then I'm going to come back and go that way. So yeah, I actually got off really easy. Basically, what I gotta do right now is, for one thing, I have to go get my license reinstated, which means I just get it back. It costs some money. There's a reinstatement fee. On top of getting a new license, that comes out to about 80-something bucks right there. Then I have to pay another $200 to the court. If I pay the fine of $200, $215, I think, and show them my brand new ID, then I'm good. Good to go. I have until May the 6th to do that. If I'm unable to do that, then I have to do the standard court hearing that I thought I was going to do from the start. Just go there, try to plead not guilty and explain my case and hope that they go easy on me and use lube. Yeah, I got off lucky on this one. Got off easy. I have a feeling I'm gonna get hit by it again, because I can still hear him over there. I mean, oh God. Underwater temples are pretty big. I'm not gonna get this back, am I? I got enough wood for more, kind of. I think I'm just going to abandon this area until I can take out those guys. But I'm lost. I don't know where I am. 43 seconds. See if I can get as far away from this as possible. There are plenty of... oh, well. I'm gonna get hit by it again, I just know it. Because I gotta walk through here again. Show me a new direction, please. Please. Before time runs out, I get hit right here, so I gotta run. Run away. Stay over here. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. 10 seconds. Going over here. 2, 1, 0. Gone? Is it gone? Okay, we're okay for now. Let's see if I can grab some stuff. But yeah, that was the whole issue there. That's why I was being safe than, better safe than sorry kind of thing. I wanted to let you guys know there was a possibility that I may be on a big hiatus, and the reason why I couldn't talk about it until now was for a couple reasons. Number one being that if I went to jail, I obviously couldn't tell you that I have left. So, there's that. And then there's also the fact that I feared that if I talked about it now and said something wrong, that if somebody is listening, then could create bigger issues for me. So I wanted to wait until... Goddamn bats! Come here. Hope Vex isn't watching. Actually, I hope Vex is watching. Okay, we're lagging out. This way. Let's go this way. So yeah, crisis averted, and quite incredibly averted too. Like I said, it could have been much, much worse, and certainly learned my lesson. Maybe not so much for the speeding aspect of it. The move over law, well, no, I've been driving a lot slower. I've been speeding a lot less excessively. There's a kind of a gray area when driving that is kind of an unwritten law in a way. That there's this kind of gray area that you can speed that officers actually will not or don't typically pull you over for. That's usually 10 over or less. So if it's a 70-mile-an-hour zone and you're going between 71 and 80, depending on how nice the officers are, you probably won't, you may or may not get pulled over. I'm not saying that you never will. I do know that around here you can get away with doing about that much, and that's the maximum I've been doing, is no more than 10 over. Basically, I'm doing no more than anyone else is. Which can be kind of annoying because I can never quite get used to that, sitting behind somebody, just following them. But it's a lot safer. As for the move over law, it's a pretty quick one to learn about. Emergency vehicle on the side of the road, move over, slow down. That's my lesson learned from that one. Oops. But the biggest lessons learned are ones of independence. Now, I believe I've talked about this in an old video about how I can tend to be too independent for my own good, and there's plenty of examples where that has backfired on me. And I tried to, deal with things myself, and it actually ended up getting worse. My reasoning behind doing stuff that way is because I don't like a couple things that I really don't like being at a disadvantage and expressing weakness. I thought I already knocked this down. I guess this one was in a different area. Yeah, I don't like expressing helplessness or being at a disadvantage. And I talk about that in UHC sometimes, where I want to make sure that I have at least some sort of an advantage, and if I don't, then that's usually where you see me running away, like I did in seasons 5 and 6. As much as I hated doing that, it was, me not wanting to die so soon, and me not wanting to try to fight while at a disadvantage. So And yeah, that kind of hits in a bigger scale too for me. In this case, it was, you know, paying off fines. It's my problem, I want to solve it. But, as you can tell by that whole fiasco, sometimes you just can't do it yourself. Sometimes you just have to, ask for help. Even if it is for something that you screwed up on. So, yeah. And you kind of actually learn that in the army, to, if you have any problems, you know, talk to people now. You know, it's better to have them be annoyed with you talking to them now than to be really pissed off at you when things get out of hand. So yeah, I learned a lot. So I'm going to try my best to be, to not die in here. I'm going to try my best to not be as independent as I've been lately. It's going to be kind of tough for me because it's a habit. And nah, man, I got this. It's not so much about like being all, oh, I'm a man, I can handle this myself. No, it's just I don't want to show that I'm capable at failing at things. And that's probably because I've experienced that a lot. And ironically, trying so hard to not fail at things actually has ended up causing me to fail at things. As sad as that sounds. And that's kind of what I've experienced today. Trying to deal with something myself, I didn't want to admit that I screwed up or failed, so I tried to deal with it myself, and things got worse, and I actually could have gotten hit with jail time at the worst case scenario. So it's definitely something I need to improve on, is being okay with you know, asking for help. And I'm okay with asking for help on, like, you know, smaller scales, like, oh, this bolt, I can't turn this bolt, could somebody help me? Or, this is kind of heavy, could somebody give me a hand? You know, that stuff I have no problem with. It's just bigger things like that, where it's, you know, I want to, sometimes it's me trying to, sometimes it's me trying to figure out, like, trying to learn from the experience by doing it myself, because I feel like that I can learn better, or learn more easily at doing things myself. And if I have someone else do it for me, yeah, it gets done, but do I learn anything from it? No. And since I didn't feel like I learned anything from it, I kind of feel like that I failed at trying to get the hang of this, trying to solve the problem. So that's kind of the conundrum that I end up in those situations. So it's definitely something I got to improve on. And I should probably search for a job a little bit more heavily. It's another thing I need to do. I've been back and forth on searching for a job, kinda, because, like, parts of the time it's like, yeah, my scheduling's not really gonna help me here. And other times it's like, what's the point? I haven't, you know, I've had such bad luck with jobs. And, things like that. So. And until I get my license reinstated, I can't look for a mechanic's job, because, you know, your ID is like your number one thing that they're going to look at. And that kind of goes for any other job. There's definitely a lot of places where I went to an interview and they wanted to see my ID, which is no problem. But if you don't have one, it's usually a quick thanks but no thanks. So, especially in the mechanics world. Looks like I may have caved out this cave. It's disappointing. Apparently not, because you came from somewhere. I'm glad I turned. Else I probably would have gotten snuck up on. Oh, that's not a way at all. So yeah, that's an explanation of everything that was going on. Anything else to discuss while we're here? More Space Engineers. There may or may not have been a Sunday Steam Series video, I'm not really sure. I tried to record one and my mic was not plugged in all the way, so Fraps did not register it, and thus I I recorded a whole session of one game and realized that my mic wasn't on and was like, yeah, screw it. So there's a pretty good chance that there may not be a Steam Series video this Sunday. And it looks like it may end up becoming an every other week thing, especially when balancing computer times with my brother when he's here. So, although he does have a job now. He works at the very place that I tried to apply for recently, and I couldn't get the job there. He could, because he goes to high school. So, his hours aren't anywhere near as bad as mine. This place is really, really far down. We're actually out by the world border. We're not too far away from home, but I'm actually not planning on going back home. Ow. Ow. Yeah. So there's the temple. Is that the temple that I was looking at before, or is that a new one? That might be a different one. Yeah, it's a different one. It's a third temple. There's like one back that way. That's the one I wanted to look at. So this is the one that I was getting hit by then. So we got 3 temples to look at. Granted, the only things that really come out of those is sponges and gold blocks. So, any other things to talk about? More Space Engineers. I think we're still in Session 2, which ends with Episode 18. But I'll tell you what, Session 3 was really, really good. It's like, as time goes on, the content gets better and better. I did invite some alcoholic beverages. I didn't get completely drunk, but I definitely opened up a little bit more. I still ended up, by the end of the session, I still ended up talking less as time went on, which is something you'll experience in this session if you haven't already, where I just kind of start talking less and less until the end of the session. But, yeah, Session 3 went well. Unfortunately, in Session 3, I'm going to have one less episode than everyone else. Episodes 21 and 22 are going to be combined due to the fact that I ran out of disk space. So, yeah, episodes 21 and 22 are going to be combined with all the little clips that I had from those 2 episodes. And that will come out on the day that episode 22 is supposed to come out for everybody. So I will not have an episode 21 per se. It'll be combined with episode 22. But, yeah, it's definitely my favorite session so far. And for those who are watching it, I hope you like the little bits of bonus content. Pretty much anything that isn't corrupted, I kind of try to keep in there in some way, shape, or form. That's land over there. I think I'm gonna go over there and not swim anymore. But yeah, so I try to record the little bit that we do when we first sign in and onto the server, and then after we're done recording our session, I try to record a little bit of bonus content afterwards. So I hope you enjoy those. It's nothing too major, nothing too exciting or important, but it's a little bit of extra stuff that you might not see from other people. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. For class, there's nothing really new. I'm in service writing. It's kind of boring. Luckily, we hit a point in time where we're supposed to be doing this big project that's supposed to take multiple days to complete, and I've already completed everything yesterday, or Wednesday, so it was easy for me to take a day off and do this court thing. I would have had to do it either way, but it made the pain less unbearable, I guess. Yeah, I probably should have kept that cobblestone. Now I don't have any. Oop, oop. I need 3. Where is it? Oh, I have 56 cobblestone. All is good in the neighborhood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this cooking up here. I didn't need to make 7 furnaces, but I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a boop. And I'll just do 1 for this. And 1